Alright, so here we are again in Ascend, and what we want to do now is we want to add a proof of delivery or a signed BOL after the load has been dropped off and delivered by the driver. They've emailed you the BOL, you downloaded it, you've saved it, and so now what we want to do is we want to upload it to our load here in Ascend and attach it, and go ahead and push it over to accounting so we can process the invoice. Alright, so here's how we want to do that. We're here in our dashboard. We'll move over to our left-hand panel again to navigate to View Loads. This just shows us everything that we have on our board that is in transit and moving towards its delivery destination. In this case, we are dealing with a load that's already been delivered. So what we want to do is you could go into this load by double tapping it and changing the load status to delivered and empty if you so, if your heart so desired. It's not relevant, it's not necessary in order to process the invoice. So I usually never do this, but for the sake of the example, if you would want to do that, this is where you would go to do that. Alright, so we would just save that status, and you'll notice that the color changed here because it's now delivered. So what we want to do is we want to select this item, and then we'll go to the load documents for that item, for that load. And you'll notice that at the bottom here is the document for our rate confirmation that we loaded in the previous video. So what we want to do is we want to add our BOL, so we'll just go back through the same process of selecting a document. You might not be able to see my local window for my local folders, but I'm going to my BOL folder, and I'm going to, let's see, did I save it already? I'm not sure if I saved this already. Give me 1 second. I'm probably going to be doing some stuff where you can't see it just yet. Let me go in here and grab my downloads. Let's see, I think this is the one I want. I won't rename it for the sake of wasting any more time here, so I'm just going to transfer this over. Now it's telling me I can't do it for some reason. Let me see why. Let me go over here, and oh, here's why. Oh, no wonder. Okay, so I'm in another screen. I have the document already open. That's why I couldn't rename it. So what I want to do real quick while I waste even more time on this video is, being unprepared, is I want to go to save it as a BOL. I need some Jeopardy music playing in the background right now. And I'm just renaming my rate con and saving it as a BOL. It was delivered on yesterday. Alright, so now I should have it. Alright, boom. So there it is. It is a saved file in my machine now, so I'm just going to go back and upload it. Navigate to my BOL folder. And there it is. Here's my signed BOL. Right here we can see it. It's going to give me the load number again. I'm going to select from my suggestions of tags that I can also tag along with my load number the broker information. I need both of these in order for this to work, and then I also need my document name, which I do have, BOL, basically the same name as my rate confirmation. I just changed the RC for rate con to BOL for bill of lading, and then I changed the date, and that's what separates it in my system here. And then so for document types, we want to select from POD. This is a proof of delivery, and we're set. So now we just want to upload it, let that do its thing, and then we'll just close this window out. And then so we'll see that has been added to our list of documents. So now we have our rate con, and we also have our BOL. And so at this point, what we want to do is we want to come up here and we want to mark the paperwork is okay. And if you wanted to just verify that you have uploaded successfully the correct documents, you can actually just deselect everything else, but select the one that you want. Make sure it's highlighted in yellow with the green check, and then hit preview and process. And then so we can get a preview of our BOL. And so let's just say that you went over to process this invoice and you were going through the steps and this document was missing. Chances are you missed something in here. There's less than 4 of the necessary criteria pieces that we need in order for it to translate from the management side of the invoice to the accounting side. We need everything to transfer from the management side over to the accounting side. And typically what happens is something was missed. The load number was missed, the broker was missed, the document name will never be missed because if you upload it, it's going to do it for you, but maybe the document type was missed. This is where you would go to add that information once you've uploaded it, but maybe forgot to tag something. So you will go to your, what window is this? This is basically our document preview and edit for processing. You would just open this up. You would leave accounting, come back here, open this up, and then, make sure that you have all 4 pieces listed. All right, and so we do have it, so we're going to go back and we'll just mark the paper. So the next step is mark the paperwork okay. Just by clicking there, you'll see the little green flag show up, and then we're going to send it to accounting management. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. So now that we've sent it over to accounting management, we want to go down to accounting in our left menu panel, and we want to select invoices. And so now we'll see all of the invoices that we've submitted for processing and payment to our factoring company. And then so you'll notice at the very top we have King of Freight. We're going to select it, and we'll notice that we have not submitted this yet because the status is listed as unsent for both the status and the invoice date. It's unsent. So we want to go ahead and send it now. So we'll select it, and then we'll choose email invoice, and then we'll walk through the sequence of the 5 steps here. We'll just pay attention to the invoice total, make sure that that looks good, and then we'll just go to continue to our supporting documents. And then so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 documents. The client confirmation is not required. The bill of lading, the unsigned copy, you could add it, but it's not required in order to get the invoice paid and processed. These are the only 2 pieces that you need. You need the proof of delivery, which we've included, and we need the rate confirmation that's been signed, or the carrier load confirmation, as the system likes to call it, that's been signed. But for some reason, it doesn't automatically include it. I'm assuming that there might be some scenarios where you wouldn't want to include it if your factoring company just didn't require it, but ours does. So we just want to click exclude, and that'll change it to include. So you just want to make sure that both of the proof of delivery and the signed rate confirmation are both included, and the icons match that status. And then so once that's been done, we'll just continue to our recipients. Who's going to get this email when we submit it off for processing? And so in our template, the email had been included. When we walked through how to process a rate confirmation, we did in fact include the email that we want to submit this invoice to, but for some reason it didn't pull over. So in the event that it doesn't pull over, what you can do is you can simply add another recipient. So what we want to do is we want to add it here, and so I just give it the generic name of invoice, and then the email is actually, I'm just going to copy it from, I have another place that I can just copy it from because it's a long email. I don't feel like typing it out every time. And then so I'll just paste it in right here. First line funding group and then we'll click add to recipient list. It's been added to our recipient list, but we're not done. We got to click it, and then we'll just ensure that everyone listed here is getting a copy of this invoice. And then so we'll just continue to the body. This is a preview of what they're going to see when we email it to them, and it's going to show that our invoice will be included, our proof of delivery will be included, and our rate confirmation will be included. They're getting copies of all three documents. And then so we'll just click the button to continue to email them, and it's been submitted. So we can click back to our invoice list, and let's just say that we had, maybe 2 or 3 more to do. We'll just click out of this selection, and we can move on to the next one. But we'll notice for this line item that we just processed, the status and the invoice date have been updated to reflect that it is no longer unsent, but we did successfully submit it on this date. And so that is how you submit. That is how you add a BOL to your load, process the document, and then send it over to accounting management, and then go through the steps of submitting the paperwork to be invoiced to our factoring company so we can get paid, baby, and go to the beach. Just kidding. Anyway, that's how we process that, and happy processing.